Good morning, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. Today, on this particular video, I want to talk about jumping templates. For those of you who are unaware, a template is a collection of world lines. We go from world line to world line to world line, 4 world lines every second. We view this movement as time. When I talk about I'm talking about our consciousness. Our consciousness, so each world line is a frozen moment in time where you, the physical body, is frozen within a world line, and your consciousness is moving from one frozen you to another frozen you to another, and you view this as movements, just like in the old movie theaters where you've got this long reel of film pictures, and it's on this big wheel, and as the wheel turns you see movement. That's what time is, and each frozen picture is a world line, and you are the observer of this world line. Now the world lines are generally there's a near infinite number of different world lines, but the highest probability of you being on any world line is easily mapped. For instance, right now you might be watching this video and eating something. The highest probability is that you'll continue watching this video and continue eating. But there's other world lines where suddenly you stop eating, take off all your clothes, set yourself on fire. There's a world line where you're doing that. But that's not what happens, because it's not a high probability event. If you were to map these world lines out, you will find that the highest probability world lines create a surface, an undulating surface. The higher if it's flat surface, it means that it's very easy to go in any direction. You can watch the video and stop eating, watch the video, continue eating, watch the video and get a soda. They're all same equal probabilities. But when it becomes mountainous, there starts to have undulations in this template. That's when things get difficult. You stop watching the video and start walking upstairs, or the house explodes. Other things happen. Okay? So how these, this is known as a template. There's a pre-birth world line template, which is fundamental. That is the template you enter. Your consciousness first enters this world on its own pre-birth world line template. Everybody has a different entry point in a world line. But many of us can share the same templates. So it's not all what you see. Now, that's how it works. But let's suppose you don't like your template. It's not a matter of whether you're watching a video or whatever. You want a completely different template. You don't want one where you're living right now. You want one where you're living in a different location, in a different house, with different relationships. You want a different kind of life. So I tell you guys, you have to be a little bit careful about what you wish for, because everything comes with a associated changes. You know, everything comes with a price. So, these slides off the template have to be engineered. You have to construct a slide. Sure, there might be autonomous slides. I dealt with all kinds of autonomous slides, but those were constructed for me by a mechanism that I participated in. Yeah, there's all kinds of exceptions for everything, okay, guys? But basically, if you want to slide off your current WorldLine template instead of just navigating on its surface, you have to engineer this slide. And there's different ways to engineer it. I generally discuss stupid table. I generally discuss a couple of techniques, but the primary technique is to define that you're going to slide to a new template. You actually say, I am sliding to a new template and this new template, and then you describe what the template's like. It's very, very important. Okay. You are programming your own mind, so you can use your own terms. You don't have to use my terms. You can use your terms. But you basically say, I am now moving to a new template. It is a template that has a reality that is so-and-so, so-and-so, that appeals to me. Whatever that reality may be, whatever you may want to be. In a way, you can consider a template to be a role within a movie. In one movie, you're playing the movie Office Space. And then in another movie, you're playing the role of the Brady Bunch, the sitcom from the 60s. You can define your reality by calling it out and saying, I'm changing it to this. That you recognize that the new slide to the new reality, the new template, will come with consequences, but that you're willing to handle them, but that those consequences are known to you and presented to you so that you can decide to abort the slide if it's necessary. There's different techniques to do this. There's different details involved to do this. And I'm going to go into that detail some other time. But essentially, as an overview, you just vocalize what you want to do. I think really everything I've written and everything I've said so far should be dead clear if you've read all of it. How to do it, what to do, and all this. And sliding to make your own reality is an important skill set. And that's what I really want you guys to do, right? To construct your own reality. So here, it's very important to understand that once you create prayer campaigns, you're going to be doing them for the rest of your life. Because the moment you stop doing them, everything's going to revert back to your pre-birth WorldLine template. You can call prayer campaigns prayer. You can call them affirmations. You can call them mental gyrations and exercises. You can call them whatever you may want to call them. But basically what you're doing is your consciousness is controlling your mind. Many people have this warped idea that the mind is you. The mind is not you. You are not the mind. You are consciousness. The mind is a tool that operates the physical body, but it's not who you are. So yeah, that's how it works, guys. So what you need to do, realizing this, you should actually be doing a little bit of planning. Short-term planning, medium-term planning, and long-term planning. And I recommend that this is a notebook. You can put your affirmations in the first couple of pages, and then a blank page for every month or period of time that you're on your dwell, your wait period, the months that you're not doing anything. And then just on that page, write down some thoughts, events that are happening. So you're tracking them. You're tracking these events. Whether it's a small thing or a large thing or an inkling of something, just track them. So let's suppose you're doing a 3-month on and 3-month off, or 3 months on and 4 months off, which is what I do. You should have your affirmations, then you should have 4 blank pages, and then after that another page of changes you want to make to affirmations. So you can either rewrite your affirmations or add other things you want to add to it, because during this dwell period of time you will constantly be revising your affirmations. You'll be correcting them, improving them, altering them. It's normal, because as your life changes you will discover that certain things need to be changed. In my personal affirmations, I do a lot of self-improvement stuff on personality. I do a lot of stuff on lifestyle improvement. And I have stuff going on about my family as well as geopolitical stuff. The bigger the scope, the more effort it takes. But for me, all I care about is for me and my family and my loved ones to be in safe situations. And so therefore I have a geopolitical aspect to everything I'm doing. I cannot change trend lines as much as you might think is possible, primarily because of the effort it takes to undo the inertia that has built up. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. I can manifest a full slide. Well, that's because I have that ability, but I can manifest a full slide where all this stuff with the United States isn't happening at all. But man, that's like a car wreck, because all the other things are going to change. So you have to be very careful how you change these things. You have to be very careful. Concentrate on yourself. Concentrate on yourself. Concentrate on your living environment. And then put a couple, I say this over and over and over again, put a couple of telltales. A telltale is an indicator, something small or something big, that tells you that your affirmations are working. It could be, I get a new television monitor, or it could be something about food, or it could be something about a person you meet or something. A telltale. You add these things up and you'll see. And then when you're in your little notebook, you put, and you're in your dwell period, and you say, hey, you know what? I just have an opportunity to get a new television. Little telltales, guys. For those of you who are experiencing some frustration, I want to stick to the common guidelines here again. If your affirmations are working, your navigation is changing direction, you're going to experience change. Change is discomfort. So if you're experiencing discomfort, welcome to the club. That's what happens. Number 2. The actuation part of doing affirmations is not reading them out loud. It's doing nothing afterwards. For your affirmations to work, you have to do nothing afterwards. Not think about the affirmations and nothing. Just let them go foul. It's like a wind-up toy. When you're reading your affirmations, you're winding the toy up. But you have to let the toy unwind. It's very important to have this period where you're not doing any prayers or anything. Very, very important. So it's very, very important that you handle things this way. Okay? And as I've said so in my writings, it's very, very important to recognize that there's all sorts of unexpected consequences that will come out of your affirmations. I'll give you an example. So I added in my affirmations the following. I eat good, delicious, healthy meals that are provided with care, are clean, and very good for my body. And then when the affirmations manifested, I discovered that my wife fell in love with a vegetarian restaurant and put $10,000 on a VIP there for us. It's like, $10,000? $10,000? Well, it's good food and everything. I was like, I'm a meat eater. I want to eat meat. She says, I like to eat meat too, and I like to eat fish too, but our daughter, it's healthy for our daughter. Our daughter doesn't want to eat any of it. So here I am, I'm stuck. I got to eat $10,000 worth of vegetarian food because we got the VIP. I'm eating this because I have to eat it to get my money's worth. But you get really tired of it. Because I'm a meat eater, I want to eat meat. I want chicken, fish, steaks, beef, pork chops. So that's a side effect. Of course, things have changed since then because of other alterations that I have made. But I got to tell you guys, you got to be careful of what you say. Even it looks really good, you may not want what you get. One thing I have often said is don't use Hollywood or television or images to depict what you want. Sure, you can use an image to inspire you, an image to help reinforce an image of what you're looking at. But you can't use them and say, I want to live the life that Tom Hanks lived in whatever movie. You can't do that because that's a fictional environment. And you don't know the full scope of that. That's the same thing about other people's lives and everything. Don't try to take over another person's life or adapt your life to what you view their life to be. Don't do it. Everybody's life comes with baggage. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to end up getting a lot of baggage. No sirree. You do not want that extra baggage. You do not want that extra trouble. You do not want that extra strife. I tell you what, don't get it. And that's not going to be good either, right? So when you're doing your affirmations, Stick to your script. Try to have it as positive and open-ended as possible. Okay? What you desire. I argue that you can't go wrong saying that you have a healthy body that's in good shape and that you're very happy. You can't go wrong with that. One of the followers put in the affirmations, to have skin, clean, great skin like she had when she was 16. Sure enough, she started having cleaner skin filled with zits and acne. Be careful of what you wish for, right? This is a real good example. That's the way it works, right? So be very, very careful on what you wish for, or what you pray for, or what you desire, being desirous. I suggest that you look at the moments in your life that you treasure. We all have moments that we treasure. Sometimes it's eating food. Sometimes it's being in a place. Sometimes it's just a feeling we have at a certain time. Find out what those things are and try to replicate that more often in your life. This will vary from person to person. I can't give too many examples how to do it without cutting into my personal life, which I really don't want to get too damn personal. Besides, nobody wants to hear this old man's personal stories. But you do, guys, you do have to recognize what you like and what you don't like. That's fundamental to doing an affirmation campaign. You accept what you like and get rid of what you don't like. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Seems like a no-brainer, huh? Yeah, I know. People say, be careful what you wish for. How many times have you seen a movie where the genie offers people these wishes and they don't turn out the way they want, or the devil materializes, gives you 7 wishes or whatever it wishes, and they don't materialize how you wish, how you desire them to wish for. Be careful. Which, again, I'm going to underscore the basic idea. Be as general as you possibly can. You can add specific things, but it's been my personal experience that you don't go into all the details. You just specify how you feel when you have it, what you like about it. Let's use an example. Let's suppose you want a new sofa, a new couch. You can say, I want a couch that has a leather fabric that is 2 yards long, which is 2 meters long, and sits so high up and within this price range. You can do that. It's very specific, which means it's going to take longer to obtain. Or you can say, I have a new sofa that I am in love with because it feels so great and matches my decor. You see what I'm saying? The second one will be more achievable and will be obtained quicker than the first one, the first example. And that's how these affirmations work. That's how these affirmations unravel and work. Understand that affirmations are based upon your understanding of through the accumulative memories that are associated with this particular world line, this vector of time that you have. If you were to map a vector of time upon a template, you will see it goes to all these world lines, all these dots. And each one is of its set of memories. And these memories are not on the world line, but somewhere else. They're not in your brain. Your brain is just a car engine. They're somewhere else. And they're associated with this world line, or this reality that you're on. The timeline. Each dot is a world line. Your movement through the world lines is a timeline. So it's associated with that timeline. Some of the memories are easy for you to access. Some of them are more difficult for you to access. But they're all accessible once you die, because you're no longer on that template. These are very, very important points. For those of you who are familiar with the domain and wondering what's going on with domain members, the access of these memories is tightly controlled and restricted. I would even say censored to a point. So you have to be very, very careful when you die that the memories presented to you are not selected memories. It may seem like a full totally, all the memories, all the memories you had may appear to be that way. Don't assume that it is. You need to be aware that you have full access to memories, and then make whatever necessary decisions that you need to make for your own personal benefit. I'm getting off on subjects. I hope your affirmation campaigns are running well. I have lots and lots and lots of stuff on how they work. I've written tons and tons of articles on them, and I hope that you are enjoying these articles. Basically, I want to provide the tools for you guys to navigate and change your life and alter your life. And in summary, this meandering discussion about world lines and affirmation campaigns is my attempt to kind of put together everything to the followers who are using these campaigns. I just want to reiterate again that I've got many, many followers in the midst of campaigns right now. Hundreds, certainly. Maybe even thousands. And all in various stages of implementing these campaigns. A few are having trouble. And you have to make sure, if you're having trouble, the important point of time is not when you're doing the campaign, but the period where you're not doing anything. You must turn your brain off and just let it unwind. That's the most important thing. Okay? The second thing is, why do a campaign if you're not vocalizing the opposite? In other words, if you say I'm happy in your campaign, but then all day you're saying, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, I hate this, I'm sad, I'm sad. That manifests, okay? What you say all the time is what manifests, not the singular moment that you're saying it. So you have to be very, very careful not to pollute and to dilute your positive affirmations, okay? You got to be very, very careful of that. You can also use other techniques that I've mentioned, the occult, images, image generation, all kinds of things, and who knows what will happen. Interesting stuff will certainly happen, I can tell you that. These things about holy water and talismans and energy and chi and feng shui and all these other things are valid and have validity, because they all have quantum representation in your reality. So don't think that they don't, okay? And At that, people, I hope this was of use to you and you learned a lot from it, and it reinforced some of the things that I hope are going well in your life right now. And to that, I just want to say, I believe in you.